Hey Stampin' friends, welcome to day 3 of our 14 days of love with Rachel. Today we'll be making a really cute bag box, is what I want to call it, using our designer series paper, and we are using the candles to put inside of this cute little bag. Go ahead and hold a flip and we'll get started. All right. Make sure you can see everything okay. Let me adjust this just a little bit so we have our grid sheet in the main part of our screen. All right. So for this one, you're going to need the kit that says day 3 on it. It should look something like this with our DSP that's been scored and some extra pieces there. Let me show you. Let's get this out. Since it's a 6x6, it's a little tight squeeze, so be careful when you pull it out. So mine's will give me grief. There we go. It's a little tight. Got it. And you guys might have different ones from what I'm showing in the video here. We're just using that country gigum. This is a bag box, so it can stand up, but you'll notice that it's a little bit more stiff than just a bag, so it does have a little bit more stability. There are like 6 different sizes to this. So if you want all the sizes using the DSP, let me know. I love this size because it uses a 6x6, and which is what our country gigum comes in. So it's perfect sizing for this one. And I love that we can put something simple in there. I have candles in mind, but you can put in about like a candy, chapsticks, whatever you want that will fit will be really cute in this little bag. We go and set that aside as we get our pieces ready. So we should have a basic white stamped out with our circle, that stylish shapes. We have our heart. This one's just punched out with our sweet sorbet. And then you should have your burlap ribbon and your real red ribbon. Set those aside. Those are more towards the end. Let's go and stamp right here the for you. This would be really cute also with white embossing powder if you have that. Feel free to change that up if you want. Sweet sorbet, I'm doing the for you because that's very vague and it could be for anyone. And because it is a gigum, it has a heart, so I'm like Valentine's Day is definitely what my goal was. But you can use this for almost anything. All right, that'd be a cute little birthday bag, treat bag, you name it. Let me grab my dimensionals, and we're gonna put our heart onto our tag here. At least one in each top, one more in the center. Kind of makes a little face there. Some eyes and a nose. Remove the backings and we'll attach it to that tag. There we go. And just make sure you're mindful of the hole. You don't want to cover the hole with the heart. So either have it in between or off to the side. There we go. I'm going to grab a the sequin. And I used the gold one for that one. I think I'm going to use the light pink this time, and I'm going to use the smaller one. It's up to you guys. You have the whole sheet there at your command, so you can pick and choose and design as needed. Okay, that's it for that tag. We'll get some linen thread in a little bit to attach that to our bag when we're done, but for the most part, that should be it. Okay, for our DSP, you'll have it, and this one I have an oops score line, but we're going to ignore that. And we'll be just fine because it'll be on the other side. But yours should all look nice. You should have it scored at 1.5 on 3 of the sides and 3/4 on 1 of the sides. This side will be your top, this side will be your bottom. We need to do some cutting, some trimming. So for one of these, we're going to go ahead, and you can pick either one. We need to go ahead and cut to the score. In fact, we'll do that to both of them. One of them, so I'll pick this one we will leave. We will go ahead and just do some mitering though. So I'm going to just cut to that score at an angle, like so, on each side there. Okay, that piece is ready to go. Then this side we are going to cut up on that score line on the bottom there, and then turn it and cut again. So we're removing this whole square piece here. Make sure you cut all the way up so that it detaches. There we go, mine got snagged. Again, on the other side, cut the score, or on the score to the score. Those are just our cutting guides. There we go. All right. Go ahead and flip this part over right here. On the top, grab your bone folder. This is the top of our bag. And crease that down. We're going to go ahead and either use your liquid glue or your tear tape to glue this part down. There we go. The liquid glue, we might need a little bit of weight on top of it to keep it down, so it's up to you. Do the same for this side. Flip it down. Use your bone folder. And I do have it scored one way more than the other, but you can totally reverse this if you need. You're like, well, I wanted the blue to be on the main color and a little bit of accent of pink. So that's up to you. All right. Go ahead and start your fold on all your other score lines. Using your bone folder again. That way we know where we're placing things. Next, you're going to need to grab your tear tape. And what I like to do is to play with it first to make sure I'm putting my tear tape in the right spots. So if you ever doubt, you're like, oh no, did I do this right? We'll put tear tape on these two little tabs here and attach it to that bottom. And then we can put, this guy's going to go on the bottom. This one we kept straight. We didn't miter him. We want him to be a straight one. And we will attach this one here. And we'll need, so tear tape here and on this side there. We'll go ahead and do that now. Tear tape on the end. If you want to be extra secure too, you can do a little bit on the top just to make sure it's going to stick in place. Do the tear tape on the end, a little bit on top, and then one, if not two, pieces of tear tape here on the bottom. Okay. Set this guy aside. We're going to assemble this one first. You put tear tape on these tabs here. Press them up. A little bit that one. You can either go at an angle or straight up and down. It's up to you. Remove it, the backing. And turn it and line it up so it's score to score. Or score to edge, I should say, huh? Do the same for the other side. You just kind of push it in lightly so it's not touching yet. And go that corner, the edge to edge there. Okay. Now we're ready to attach this guy. Again, this one's going to be on the bottom. There we go. So we'll do this bottom piece first. So now, go here and line it up. There we go, looks good. And then we'll move the tear tape backings on our sides here. If you trust yourself, you can remove the backings of all of them at the same time if you think that you won't accidentally get it stuck to something. So we're going to be brave and try that. So then we'll do this side first. Getting that edge to the end here. We're going to make sure we're trying to match our top pieces. So that looks like it's going straight there. There we go. And there we have our cute little box there. You could totally keep that like that and do nothing more, but then you just have nothing to hold on to. So the next step is to make our handles. Grab your handy dandy hole punch, whatever size you may have. I don't want it to be too small of a hole, and I don't want it to be too big. So I'm just going to eyeball my holes here. You want to go kind of close to each other. So mine's a little crooked. You could probably do a better job. I'm going to flip it over. and eyeball from where that one's placed. If you really wanted to, you could measure. Or you can even use kind of the paper as your guide. Okay. So we have all 4 holes. Now we need to grab our ribbon and we need to tie a knot on an end of each one. On just one side though. So here's our knot for that one. We'll do a knot for this guy. And we're going to thread it through. One on one side until the knot holds it, and then we'll go back through the other side of the hole, and then we'll make another knot. And you can pull it tight so you have some more wiggle room. Once it's, just make sure the knot's closest to that end by pushing it up with your fingers and then pulling it tight. And then I have one handle there. If you're concerned about these staying down, you can use some tear tape without putting the backing off as some extra support there. All right, again, we thread through the other side. I need to pinch my ribbon together, just be able to thread it through. Use your tweezers if you don't have nails. There we go. And then we'll thread it through the other hole. Again, pinching my end so that way I'm kind of making, there we go, a little needle point. Do you guys like threading needles with thread when you're going to sew something? I have a love-hate relationship. I love it when I do it and I'm like, yes, I did it, but sometimes I struggle to get that done. All right, there's our cute little handles. I have this little extra piece of burlap if you want to connect your handles together so that way it's a little bit more sturdy and cute. Just loop it through both of them and make a knot bow. Like that. Cute, cute. And lastly, we just need to grab a little bit of linen thread and attach our tag. Before you were to do this, I would probably have written something on the back. So if you have someone in mind before you make this one, go ahead and add a message there. It's easier to write on there when you don't have anything dimensionalized too. Okay, so we're going to thread this through that hole. And I use about 8 inches. You probably don't need that much. You probably get away with a lot less. I'll lay it down flat so we can tie it. But we're going to make a bow. You could just do a slip knot on the top here and have it kind of dangle more and have it look like that. Or you make a knot and create that bow there. I personally really think the bow is cute, so a bow it is. And there we go. Trim off your ends, make it the size you want. Kind of like digging this crazy loopy scraggly look, so I think we're going to keep it. This one was a little bit more tight and neat, so up to you how you make it. Either way, you can have a cute little bag, throw your little candles inside or your treats, and you are ready to go. Hope you guys have enjoyed day 3 of our 14 days of love, and you'll see me again tomorrow. Happy stamping, friends. Goodbye.